So hashtag that. Hashtag shut your bitch asses up.
No, you shut the fuck up, Dwayne. Anyway, this is DETHMARE. Welcome to Wrestling with DETHMARE. If this is your first time here to the channel, there's all sorts of videos pertaining to professional wrestlings and all sorts of different kinds of aspects. But enough with that. You are here to listen to this. And what I want to say is I want to talk about the WrestleMania 40 press conference. Solely just the last segment of the press conference involving The Rock, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. This really took me back to the Attitude Era. It took me back to the Attitude Era in the way of a lot of the Attitude Era was taking real life stuff behind the scenes or a lot of things the wrestling fans would be making up or believing was true, and the WWF would take all of those things that may have been true or just blown out of proportion 9 times out of 10 and put it on screen. And it made for very compelling storylines. It made people actually believe, is this real? Is this not real? Because how in this day and age would you make people believe professional wrestling is real? I tell you how. You take a character like The Undertaker, you have him do these occultic, very dark acts, and the storyline involving The Undertaker at that point, as far as the Ministry of Darkness is what I'm talking about here, is basically, oh my gosh, The Undertaker has taken his wrestling persona, his professional wrestling character that he gets paid to do, and he has taken it too far. Someone has to stop him. That's how you blur the lines. A lot of people call it stupid. I call it trying. Like it or not, it's trying. And it's not insulting the intelligence of the viewers. So when The Rock was pacing on stage, I could just feel it. I'm like, what is he thinking? What's about to go down here? And honestly, the telltale was when Roman came out. And Roman just straight up said he wants to face The Rock at WrestleMania. And all of these characters in this story at the moment, they all have truths. And all of their truths are very believable. So that's very compelling in and of itself. I like to think that the comic book character, the Joker, is the greatest villain in comic book history because his reasoning for doing everything is very truthful. And it's hard to disagree with him. But that still doesn't change the fact that what he's doing is wrong. And I didn't even notice this until Cody mentioned it to Roman, but Cody has never said anything about Roman's grandfather or hardly anything about his bloodline. So his truth is, hey, he's been respectful, highly respectful for 2 years in his storyline with Roman Reigns. Roman makes a very good truth in the fact of, like, I don't want to face Cody Rhodes. I beat him last year. However you want to say I beat him, it doesn't change the fact that, well, he beat him. Now, Seth Rollins, I'm still trying to figure out where he fits into this, or if he is going to be a part of it. I don't know, unless it's a title unification match. Deep down, I don't think Paul Levesque or Dwayne Johnson has ever been a fan of having two world champions. They had one champion, and that's how they pretty much built up Roman Reigns. There was one champion, and it was him. And they just kind of threw all that away and had to build up Roman kind of all over again. Luckily, the Bloodline storyline at that time was getting pretty hot, and it was consistently pretty hot. So, with that being said, if and when they do have a new title, please bring back the Winged Eagle Championship. Please. Now, there was amazing acting from The Rock. I know Cody has maybe had some acting classes early on in like his early 20s, but more importantly when he was doing shows like The Arrow. So good acting on Cody, but The Rock probably has the most acting lessons out of everyone there. And I don't care what anyone says. Yes, acting is very, very important in professional wrestling. You let me know in the comments how you feel about acting in professional wrestling. But I'm going to get to the big moment here. I apologize for dragging this on, and thank you for listening. When The Rock slapped Cody, man, that moment was building up, and The Rock did such a good job of not dragging it out, but just making sure that it was the right timing for every little thing he did and said up until that point. Hey, he's the people's champion. He's there now on the board. He knows what worked in the past. He's worked with the best. Ed Ferrara, Vince Russo, Brian Gortz. He knows what works. And that's what he went to. So props and kudos to him, and props and kudos to everyone that was on stage helping. And huge props to CM Punk for keeping it real, keeping it 100 when he was out there giving his opinions about everything that he was asked about. So in the comments down below, though, I want you to select from two options I'm going to give you. Will it be a fatal four-way for a unification title match? Seth Rollins versus The Rock versus Roman versus Cody? Or will it be a triple threat match? The Rock versus Cody versus Roman. And then for the world title, Drew McIntyre winning and defeating Seth Rollins with the help of the Judgment Day to become new world heavyweight champion and now Drew is the leader of the Judgment Day. I mean, heck, their logo has a sword in it, and Drew is the only person that ever had a sword. Pow! Yeah. Pick from one of those options. The thing I like most right now about WWE is that it's actually making the viewer talk about it as if it's a TV show, how it should be, how it used to be. Bro, when Vince Russo was writing back in the day. So, this has been Wrestling with Deathmare. Make sure to like, share, and smash the subscribe button, just like people smash your mom.